Hello people, it's Healthy Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my co-host here. Hi ladies.
Hello Morayo, lady in green, bottle green. That's what they call
Bottle green. Yes.
YK with
very
colors.
Nice, very nice.
Thank you. Hi YK, how you doing?
I'm fine, I'm fine. I still don't have life.
For real?
We are going to 7 weeks now.
For real?
And I got for depression.
YK, me I have
Why you
electricity. I don't understand. Me I have electricity.
Actually don't.
In fact, my husband has 1 minute to be saying it again because they just want to take us.
People like us will be swearing for you.
I don't know why we just have electricity. They take it sometimes, but it's not. I mean, like it's back. It's enough for us because the inverter gets charged and, in fact, goodness.
Just have power.
Bele.
I want to be like, yeah.
What deserve, Pele?
Yeah,
I used to have electricity, but recently things have not been like that. Okay, me, I want to say happy birthday to Mrs. Ajoke Jayesimi on behalf of our scriptwriter Bumi. Miss Ajoke is her sister-in-law, and she's turning the golden age today. So happy birthday to her, and Bumi wishes you well.
Great. Right. How you doing? Tokwe?
I'm very good. You know, I try to find excitement in every little thing. So yesterday I was cooking something really, really nice. I had chicken, grilled chicken and grilled potatoes. And then I bought efirin to spice. I was just, the smell, I was like, man, why are we so, why do we make food boring and routine? Like we just keep boiling the chicken and doing like let me do something different, and I'm happy I did. It made me feel so happy. On top, you just grilled chicken and
exactly.
Why are you so excited? I said, I'm just so excited. I said, like, as in the food, he was just wondering what's going on. But I think we must find joy in every little thing as much as possible, because there are a lot of things that will make you feel sad. So find things that will make you happy, even if it is food. Make it as interesting as possible.
Great.
I agree.
Interesting. Have you tried the Ofada one? Have you tried the Ofada one I told you about? You've not tried it?
Yeah, I
tried.
Of rice a bit.
You tried the fried rice on Ofada?
It did not catch. Maybe I overmeasured my rice. Maybe I put too many rice.
So
the
No, I like family. It was not enough. I was like, what did you cook?
No.
What is this?
Actually, let me tell you what you need to do. Okay, I'll give you the measurement. 3 cups of rice with
I made a full bag. 5 cups. That's one day.
That's too much now. Kilo day. That's too much. Don't worry, I'll give you the measurements. It's really nice. Ofada fried rice, Ofada rice with fried rice. You now put ugu inside. So some shrimps or some sausages.
Ofada rice made into fried rice is what you mean?
Yes, Ofada rice made into fried rice with some shrimps and ugu. Cut them up nicely.
Shrimps when you gave us the.
No, because the lady's stuff had sausages and
which lady?
Lady that sent the vegetable thing.
Okay, that I didn't get.
That you didn't get.
I must mention that I didn't get to.
All right, let's take a break. When we return, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Let's start with the Punch. El Rufai discloses security vote. Salary attacks National Assembly. Says Nigeria spends 1 trillion on National Assembly in 10 years without details. Federal legislator will make budget public after appropriation bill passage. Court sentences Falai's 7 abductors to life imprisonment. Obasanjo's ex-wife loses bid to stop son's wedding. Militants attack. 3 policemen in coma. Residents desert community. Wike has survived 5 assassination attempts, River alleges. EFCC uncovers 250 million naira in Lagos market. Unfrozen $5.9 million. Bank stops Patience Jonathan from withdrawing money. Dangote to list refinery on stock exchange. Trump to sell $600 million fighter to Nigeria. So what's the El Rufai is hot.
Yes.
This is our governor of Kaduna State. He's saying a lot of things.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday where it was disclosing how and I think he's is the first governor to ever disclose how he spent his security votes, saying how he used it to get cameras, CCTV, how he bought equipment, and I'm impressed. Forensic lab. He broke down how he spent it. El-Rufai has been a bit controversial for me.
Salary.
Yes, it's been a bit controversial for me based on how Kaduna just suddenly has become a hub of crisis, ethno-religious crisis. But I think when he does things like this, it makes you feel like maybe he had good intention and things just keep going.
The media blew it out of proportion. Possibly, we don't know.
He also came out to talk about his salary, saying that he gets 185,000 as his basic salary, but about 300 and something thousand as his hardship salary. So I'm still having a hard time knowing what hardship allowance means. So
maybe that is for being governor.
All the health and
it's hard to be governor.
Hardship, I mean.
Right. Then we're waiting for the Honorable House, the Dogara.
Yeah, they've replied.
So well, they replied.
They've replied that they're going to publish
disclose theirs.
They said after appropriation. Why must it be based on the contingency?
Other governors should follow suit though, because we don't know the amount.
At least now we don't have to go to CCT to know what El-Rufai earns, so we can then assess him based on what he has given us, and know how to assess him at the end of his
let's take which other story do you want to take?
This is Mrs. Basanjo. No, they've just thrown her case out.
But the reason for the case is what is surprising.
And we discussed it last time now. Was it last week?
You know, she was going, she had the spiritual matter. She said it was spiritual matter, and said, please, the court don't have jurisdiction for that kind of thing, and the child is above 18.
Thank you.
So
they didn't allow Mama Pepe to withdraw her account.
Was she a signatory to that account in the first place?
It's her account, and EFCC applied for a stay of order. So unfortunately, she couldn't withdraw because she really wanted to get money out of that Sky Bank account. But
I'm wondering how much do you want to get
from the $5.9 million?
She probably wants to take 5 and go and lock it in another place.
Take it to like Spain or something. Okay, let's move on to The Nation. Falai 6 more arrests as abductors get life jail. XSG hails the judgment. Excuse me. Picture here of the winner of Big Brother Naija, Ife, when he arrived at Murtala yesterday. Jonathan's wife fails to draw from the $5.8 million. Talked about that. EFCC recovers 250 million naira cash at the Lagos market. And residents flee Ishawo as OPC plans revenge. This, Falai, go ahead.
Finally, we got the Ondo State High Court was able to sentence, we got a conviction of those people who picked Olufalai sometime last year. And,
2015.
In 2015, okay, yes, 2015, and they've been sentenced to life imprisonment. I can see the faces of them on the Punch, on the front page of the Punch, on their way to, and I know that they are very remorseful. This is the kind of discouragement you want to get, for people to be deterred from committing crimes. So
all right, so let's move on very quickly to Vanguard.
Sorry, I didn't even know they had caught them.
Oh, they did.
It's a really good one. I just didn't feel like it was a good one because we need to have more convictions to be as deterrents. It's a good one.
Okay, Vanguard. Kidnappers storm hotel, abduct ex-Mobile staff and 2 foreigners. Terror war. Trump okays sale of high-tech fighter jets to Nigeria as residents of Lagos community flee in droves. EFCC uncovers another 250 million naira cash in Lagos. House committee walks out CBN, NPDC, and DPR officials as over the $17 billion undeclared crude. El-Rufai publishes security votes. Salary challenges National Assembly leadership to do the same. And Forex, CBN opens window for SMEs to buy $20,000 per quarter. Okay, who has the headline? Kidnappers?
The kidnappers.
The kidnappers.
Okay, you have that story?
Yeah, they kidnapped 2 foreigners and the Nigerian guy. The Nigerian guy was not from the hotel. It was from a restaurant or somewhere like that. Church. The other 2 were from the hotel. But they don't know the identity of the 2 foreigners, and no ransom has been asked for yet. So they're just, the police are waiting to hear.
This happened in Lagos?
This happened in Cross River.
No, Cross Rivers. Yeah. Okay. No, Akwa Ibom. Not Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, actually.
The paper said Calabar.
All right, SMEs, we read that story. CBN is finally opening a window for SMEs to be able to access $20,000 because they realized that the current policy doesn't is somewhat the big guys are getting the dollars, and the small company, these SMEs, are not getting access to the dollars required. So they've opened a small separate window for them, and they can only the maximum they can access is $20,000. I think that makes sense.
It's a good policy. We've never had the deficiency of policy except for this being implemented. It's about implementation and people taking advantage of it based on connection. So let it be open. So CBN website has published the rules of the game, and you can simply apply openly. So
those young people, if you're an SME, you need to access dollars. You have an opportunity to do so without the issues you get at the banks. Moving on to Daily Sun very quickly. EFCC impounds 250 million naira at Balogun Market in Lagos. Money was in euro, pounds, sterling, and naira. Falaye abductors sentenced to life imprisonment. We talked about that. 2017 security vote is 4.55 billion naira, says El Rufai. Dares Dogara to publish National Assembly security budget. Aftermath of militants' attack, residents flee Ishawu community. And how Wike survived 5 assassination attempts, says Rivers Commissioner. We'll talk about Wike and this 250 million. Yes.
I want to take the EFCC in pounds, 250 million. There's a Bureau de change operator in Balogun Market. They found this amount of money within his place, 547 euro, 547,000 euro, 21,000 pounds, and 5 million, over 5 million naira. Everything cumulatively is up to 250 million naira. And
was through a whistleblower?
Yes, through a whistleblower and all that. So I'm wondering, I think British are supposed to have this money with them, right?
But what the report I read was that the whistleblower contacted EFCC, and when they made the arrest, one of the gentlemen said one of his guy from the north send the money to him to change for him. So that the idea is for them to investigate where the money came from, what it was used for, what it was supposed to be used for, that kind of thing, just to trace. Because the idea is that monies are supposed to go through the banks. There's supposed to be direct transfers and all that. They want to be able to trace and track every transaction. But with these money carrying bags, that's what the CBN doesn't want to do anymore.
Money carrying bags is a normal practice within Bureau de change. So it will be sad that they made all this noise only to legitimately transport money to buy dollar here back to the north.
But the proper thing was that the man on the north should have put it in the bank, transferred to Bureau de change, and have them. I mean,
when you put your dollars in the bank. Can I just say something? Because I think we are forgetting our culture. Yes, because earlier on, well, it's recently that we do bank transfer and all that. Before, we were a cash-carrying society. A lot of market women, listen, are still cash-carrying people. They want to see their money.
It's not a crime if the money is legitimate.
No, but we're progressing now, YK.
We're progressing, we thank God.
The idea is for us to move into the 21st century where we don't have to go cash all the time. You carry cash, and you go to when you go to UK, go and carry $5,000 want to buy a car. You can't do that now.
Are we in UK?
We're trying to cange the way we do things. We need to track money transactions.
If he has $5 million or 5 million naira, let's say naira, and it is his cash, which maybe he's a trader.
He's not keeping the bank.
He did not keep the bank.
He buries his money under the bed.
So he has 547,000 euro, and if he pays it to the bank and he tries to withdraw it in Lagos, he might not. They won't give him the euro.
The money was bought in naira. The money had been changed to those pounds you are seeing in the report. The money was in naira. That's what is paining me inside the matter, because if there's no crime in this issue, why are we reporting it in the papers?
Okay, all right, let's move on to Wike. Who has Wike's story?
Wike has been alleging that they have attempted to kill him, and his special advisor on his media
Rivers Commissioner
is coming out to say that there's been 5 attempts, including the time when his police commissioner was changed, all the times that they've attempted.
Interestingly, they tried to bribe 2 of his policemen, 150 million naira each, to kill him.
And the first one was when he won the appeal court case against the opponents.
So you should take it to court now. I don't understand why we're hearing it on front page of the newspaper.
Okay, final paper this day, which we may not be able to take. Trump to sell 12 attack planes to Nigeria for Boko Haram fight. I thought we defeated Boko Haram. CBN open special forex window for SMEs and traders. FIRS collected 3 trillion naira tax in 2016. So we're buying these planes, 12 planes for $600 million. I thought we were already, and they're just doing these small guerrilla bombings here and there.
I was listening to the radio today. The Boko Haram, the Bring Back Our Girls, because it's now 3 years, and they were saying the president had said that until they have got the last girl, they have found the last girl, they have not defeated Boko Haram.
All right,
so
we're
still at war.
All right, that's all we can take on front page review. On hot topics today, social media addiction causes depression. Do you agree? And later on, let's talk, dealing with postpartum depression. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. According to reports, the Vice Chancellor of the National Open University of Nigeria, Professor Abdallah Adamu, has attributed high-level depression to addiction to social media platforms. According to him, when people do not have money, they are depressed. And at their higher level, they have that they have the money, they do not communicate. That's the high-level guys do not communicate. So, for example, go to a rich person's house and you see that they're not talking to each other. Everybody is on Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, or even Facebook. Now, another recent study also found that people who use multiple social media platforms are 3 times more likely to be depressed or anxious. They said people compare themselves to the posts they see and then feel inadequate. What are your thoughts on this? It's Your View. Call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us also at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC. Right, Mikey.
Yeah, I did some research. Well, I read some articles on. So I'm going to read the University of Pittsburgh. They did a poll of 1,787 adults in the U.S. between the ages of 19 and 32, and gave them a questionnaire. And they requested their details of their social media use. From there, they coordinated with a depression assessment tool. The social media platforms analyzed included Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, Snapchat, and so many others. Yeah. According to the questionnaire, the results, the participants used social media. 61 minutes per day, visited various social media accounts 30 times per week on average. What made the study alarming was that more than a quarter of the participants were classified as having high indicators of depression.
Right.
High.
But I would have thought that social media actually is therapeutic for you, because for me, maybe if you're things you cannot say in person to people, you can express your thoughts, your feelings to people. I mean, wives post pictures on the anniversary. Something you're very shy to tell your husband, happy anniversary, I love you. You now easily type it up on social media, express your love for him or her. And that for you, it makes you feel good. So I thought for me, it was a good thing. But when I read this depression report, I'm wondering, really, who gets depressed by being on social media?
But I want to agree with the VC of the school, because yes, because you see, just like Mariah said now, why would you not tell him happy anniversary and write it when he might not even see it if he's not following you or he's not a social media person? For someone like me who doesn't live on social media, who doesn't, in fact, I'm still trying to get a grip on how to use it. I don't know exactly how to maximize my social media followership. It's a bit worrisome the way some people live on and off it.
What's the depression part? That's my. I don't see the depression part.
Let me break it down.
Hang in there, let's welcome in.
Depression comes when you pitch yourself against someone else using social media. So I'm following one celebrity that I really like. I think we have some things in common. And she posts pictures of dresses and dresses and dresses. And I like the way they look on her. And I feel, oh gosh, this dress would look so nice on me, but I cannot afford it. So I keep staring at those dresses. Every day she keeps posting pictures of dresses. And I start beginning to feel like, how come I don't have enough money to buy those dresses? Okay. So I mentioned during the meeting that I unfollowed the person because I felt that everything she posts is always about consuming and selling and selling. I want to follow people that are adding value to my life, because whatever you follow, if you keep staring at it, would record in your subconscious. I've seen some of my students in makeup who will be on social media and they post picture and they are watching the likes. 1 like, 2 like, 3 likes, as in they are virtually, that is a way of getting reassurance that I'm beautiful. I am beautiful because I got 500 likes on my picture. So much that there's a business called buying likes. And the idea is that even if you don't get real people to like a picture, the system will generate likes for you.
But that's a
because
good thing.
when you have more likes, because the days you don't get those likes,
okay, you'll be depressed.
You'll be depressed.
Can I just say something?
Right.
You're living off.
Before the advent of social media, when I was growing up, TV did not start till 6 o'clock. Wait, TV did not start till 6 p.m. So it made us interact as children.
Exactly.
We played 10-10. We played Sway. That Sway is hopscotch for those who don't know. And there were so many different games, catcher, stick in the mud, that our children today do not know.
No idea.
You know that game like this.
There's Bejeweled. I mean, you can play with that with your friends on Facebook.
So what happens is you now lose contact with human
interaction. And then
Why
hit it now?
You are now on your...
So we agree.
Human.
Husband and wife can be sitting down together like this, and both of them are on their respective devices. They are not communicating. Then we can even text each other. They are sitting. Darling, are you okay?
Listen,
what's that?
Listen. I can't believe Tokwe is here, because Tokwe too has said it that we've gone past this. Your conversation, this thing you just said, we've gone past it. We're in a new age.
Yes, I agree.
Let us accept that social media is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Now, for example, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I was having some things that I know that when I call my husband to have the conversation, he wouldn't want to listen, because I know the kind of person, I know his personality. He wouldn't want to have that conversation. So I sent him a very long WhatsApp message of what I was thinking. When I finished that lecture, the moment I finished, I felt good. Like, okay, I've expressed myself, he will read it. When he read it, he went out, he came and said, so and now said, well, actually, it has finished. I've finished. I've said my mind, and I'm okay. And he read it over and again, and later he now called me. Let's have the conversation. So this is what you think, but this is how it is. Now it helped my own situation. It didn't depress me. For me, it was a way.
Social media. You are communicating. Social media. Social media is for my makeup, and I'm personalizing it.
Yes.
My makeup career now. Okay, so I post a picture on social media, and Brother Naga did not pick it. So, and I see some other people that are not so fine, and everybody has picked this. So I say, what did I tag? Let me tag everybody taggable. And they still don't pick it. So I start beginning to think that, and I'm saying personally, I had to stop it, that my makeup isn't good enough, is why they are not picking it. But I look at the jobs, it is better. So a lot of people are going through this, and I was telling myself that, you should know better. You've gone through a lot of training on psychology that makes you understand that this is not a big deal.
All right.
So people don't have such training. They don't know. So the verification for their own craft is that I must get people to like my picture or take my picture up. And that is where the psychology of depression comes from. Okay. We need break once in a while so that you understand that I am appreciated without anybody liking me on social media.
Okay, I see. I lost that call. But go ahead. Anyway, you're going to say something.
I was going to say that, we've moved on. We keep saying we've moved on. And a lot of things that we've lost because of moving on. Now, we used to have family setting where you could see a young person and you would know this person needs guidance. When somebody is, addicted to something, you could tell. These days, mothers are on social media. Their children are dying on social media on the other side. They don't even know. Where's the human face to it?
Can I just add something? I want to say, when I first started Twitter, and I will post something that I'm just posting, then somebody I don't know from anywhere, who is probably, I can even deliver as a child, if we compare the ages, will now look at me and say, you are an idiot. I will look at you and say, you? I don't know you.
That's the world we live in.
Listen, why should you abuse me? Now, instead of me to, so what I do now, I don't even, if I post something, I just post it. I don't even go back to hear any comments, to read any comments, or to, whether you like it or you don't like it or you abuse me, you tell me I'm a bastard, I will not even answer you. Because I don't want to be having annoyance. They abuse people.
Yeah.
They abuse.
So that alone is
serious one. Serious one. You post the picture, you're feeling fine.
So somebody who is not strong enough, somebody who is not strong,
get depressed.
will read that and
I'm going to jump.
A young man.
Let me take this call. Hang in there. Okay. Kemi, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah. Quick one, and I think it's a very good topic that you guys are talking about. One thing that you don't know. Let's come down to our neighborhood. Just watch neighbor to neighbor. Sometimes we don't earn the same income. and watch the women. They're looking at, usually you actually don't know what's going on with every other family before now. But now we can post, we're going to Dubai, we're going on holiday to this, we're traveling to this. And that's exactly what's keeping people down. And you know your husband can't afford this. You see women start putting pressure, oh, we need to go on holiday for this, you need to buy this for the kids, you need to do this. And that happens even with children in school. They need to go on holiday, their mates are going on holiday in the US, and that puts a lot of pressure. So one thing is, for every positive, there's a negative. So if you're using any platform, understand the limitation of those platforms and be able to manage it. It's real, right. I can tell you for a fact. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think it's social media that causes this kind of example that Kemi just gave, because growing up too, when you go to school, all your friends come back from UK, US, they're carrying lunch boxes, nice, cute shoes, pencil cases. That is there, and you go home and like, you're still wearing your Latina, what is it, Cortina shoe. Those things happen.
It's worse with social media.
No, but
can I remind you of one on-air personality? I can't remember the name of the person who was tweeting and Instagramming that, oh, my husband bought me this, my husband bought me that, and this. And
it was all lies.
And they now divorced, and everybody was now comparing her.
Everybody know you're talking
my husband. Which kind of husband I go marry now? Oh, my own husband is a poor man. She
bought it for herself.
And it now came out that all those things she was buying for herself. So everybody was depressed and envious over
nothing.
What
we know you are.
In solution, you must take a break. I want to take a break from social. You take a break so that you just free your mind. You realize the number of free time you would have to do more productive things than just
I think things are only what you make it. I think for me, I think social media. I'm on social media. Why did you
on social media?
I'm on social media.
Look at you telling us that you haven't seen your tweets for over 1 month. Did you kill you? There are some people, if they don't see their tweets for 24 hours, they will kill themselves.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a break. Anyway,
where are my tweets?
Make the best of social media, but don't get depressed over it. Let's take a break. We're still going to be talking on depression, but this time postpartum depression. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us to commemorate the World Health Day, which was April 7th, with the theme for this year, depression. Our focus today is postpartum depression. According to reports, 1 in 10 women go through postpartum depression after childbirth. Also, between 30 to 75% of new mothers face what is called blue babies. To enlighten us more on this is the medical director, Pinnacle Medical Services, Dr. Maimuna Kadiri. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Welcome. Good to have you back.
Good to have you back. You can call us on 070-80-668-014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So, postpartum depression, what is that, please?
It's a depression that occurs after putting to bed, and funny enough, we have 5 women here. So. Quite a number of women do go through that, go through the postpartum blues or the blue babies. Within 2 to 3 days after giving birth, you see some women not able to bond with the baby. They are weeping, they're feeling very tired, overwhelmed. But it's now postpartum depression if the symptoms are now more intense, which occurs like a week or 2 after giving birth. And then you see the women neglecting their baby. Let's not forget, in our society, when you're pregnant, they ask you to eat for 2, meaning you and the baby. And then when you give birth, you still eat for 2, meaning so that the baby can have milk.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people neglect that emotional part of the mother because they assume you've just had a baby, you're alive, baby is alive, you should be happy. It's an assumption that we must be happy. And we can see what the WHO is even saying. 1 out of every 10. In fact, it's even saying 1 out of every 6. From the current. So is that common? And it's an area a lot of us neglect, a lot of us, until maybe the mother is now aggressive or
killing the
child. Or trying to kill the child. We've had cases.
So is it different when you're not unhappy that you have a baby, but you're just tired?
Exactly.
Sometimes I don't know whether they're different, because when you keep asking for help or saying you're overwhelmed by the changes you're going through, they find it difficult to understand. And how do people define this traditionally within our context, not the book or the layman view? How do people see it in your practice? How your experience?
The thing is that it's overwhelming. It comes with a lot of emotions when you have your baby, from joy to happiness to fear and anxiety. And women do try to cope. We have a good kind of, even if it's not healthy, support system where the common Nigerian language of omugo, so people will come around you, try to help you and all that. It's not a weakness of character, neither is because you have flaws or you are a bad mother. It's just there's what we call the hormones when you are pregnant, that, you know, for every woman, estrogen and progesterone, there's a rapid drop when you have your baby. And those are the some of the causes that can lead to the depression. Even the thyroid, you know, there's also a rapid drop, and the person starts having all those symptoms of persistent sadness, not sleeping well, not eating well, and losing interest in things ordinarily she loves to do. So these are some of the emotional causes. But like we've talked about earlier on the social media, let's not forget, maybe this young lady was an Instagrammer with all the flat tummy and all the I'm looking very cool. Then she now has a baby, tummy is protruding, and nose has grown like times 10, and she just feels, no, how am I going to ever get my body back? So there's so many, So we have some of them now feeling they've lost it, they can't really cope. Oh my God, so there's that pressure on them that I must jump to the treadmill immediately after giving birth, just to...
All right. There's a case of, how often is this being diagnosed? Because we tend to feel like, oh, it's not a big deal. That's the word, just muscle up, brace up, you would get over it.
A lot of times it's underdiagnosed, a lot of times. In fact, I would say most times it's missed. Even if you go through the 6, 7, 9 months of antenatal, and then the doctors, the good ones, will ask you all the questions regarding depression and all that. Some good hospitals, they do all that scale and all. But let's not forget, some people are predisposed. The family history. So yes, so it may not really come, but if you tell your doctor all this during the antenatal, they will take care of you more. And sometimes it may not be your first baby. You might have had it during your first baby, your second baby. Now you're thinking, my third baby, that will not occur. It might still occur. So it's not like it's just attached to only first babies. Yeah, it can go through.
How do we educate families, husbands, or even mothers on this situation, this condition for women? Because it's as though there's a lot of expectation. You should be happy, as you said. Husbands are not educated to understand what their wives are going through. Mothers who are there to help don't understand. They just assume that I give birth to you. Yeah, I mean, you should be fine. So what are we doing? I mean, I know you're a private practice, but what can we do to help inform these parties?
That is why they say depression, let's talk. So, and then the WHO narrowed it down to 3 major groups that they feel they are highly disproportionate. Children and adolescents, or adolescent and young adults, the women of the reproductive age group. So they are really looking at the postpartum depression, and then the elderly, which people we normally neglect, and then of course they get depression through loneliness. So they narrowed down to these 3 major groups, and they are not telling us, if we talk about it regularly, people will get to understand that these do occur. It's not a sign of the person has sinned, or it's a spiritual attack, or people are against the individual, or because we are a bad mother or you are a bad character. But talking about it actually helps in preventing the depressive symptoms. So educating the family members during antenatal, they should actually bring them in. It shouldn't just be the mothers alone you're talking to. They should bring in their spouses. I believe that will really, really help. Because when they go through all that process, they will know that, yes, I can be of help when the time comes.
In my experience, I know that we have a traditional name for postpartum depression called Abyssinian. And it is not strange to us. But what are we doing wrong traditionally? Because we think, as Africans, that we have the agbo for it. Do you understand? It's a mental illness. I think you should enlighten us more on this, and what we're doing wrong as communal families treating this thing. Is it a medical condition that should, you know?
It is a serious mental illness. I'm specifying serious mental illness because we need to understand it's not something people should trivialize. And this is where we are getting it wrong. It's one good thing we have good support system. It's another thing for the support system to know what to do when there is a crisis. So we have support system, everybody is around you. But sometimes these people that come around you, they add burden to you. So you see yourself, you know, getting up to take care of your baby, take care of the bearing 60 or 17-year-old mother-in-law who is not really there to help you. And then when you're expressing your emotions and like, you know, crying and like, what's wrong with you? You are nagging, you are ungrateful. Why can't you be happy, baby? And thank God. And thank God. So we need to let them know that this woman is not just pretending. We shouldn't trivialize those symptoms because it can cause infanticide. I've had cases in my private practice of postpartum depression, and it was when the lady was going to use pillow to kill the baby that they knew that this case was serious. Wow. All this while she has been talking about it, she has been weeping, she has been running away from the baby. In fact, she even stopped breastfeeding at one point. Wow. But it was when she was going to do that. In fact, she used it. She had already put the pillow on the baby. Wow. And the mother came into the room and said, "Where is the baby?" He said, the baby is outside. They said, "No, the baby is not outside. Where is the baby?" And then she moved her and they found out that she had sat on the pillow, sat on the baby.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
So we need to put those things in proper perspective.
Yeah, because I mean, all of us here have had kids. Yeah. And I don't think any of us have ever had any doctor ask us those questions. Yes. Because no doctor, even in my antenatal, nobody asked me whether I was depressed. So it's very easy for, I think, doctors to miss it. And it's because we don't go to psychiatrists here, or once they say you are mad, you go to mental, you know. Yes. So people don't really pay a lot of attention to this kind of thing. But even dogs, I was saying before, even dogs eat their babies. You're right. So if a dog can eat his baby, you a human being, of course, that means that's wrong hormone is going through your body, and there should be a way to. So
you have to work. There are drugs to use.
No, there is. When you go through puerperal blues, that is the one that comes in early, and the baby blues. Most times you don't need medication, just to talk, get people to encourage you, talk to mothers that have been through that, and then family members, you know, talking about a trusted friend. But when it becomes depression, yes, most times you may need some medication, but of course we are breastfeeding, and some of the medication, most are baby friendly. Yeah. So you don't have to feel that, oh, I'm taking the medication and then the baby will not. So, but the bad part of it is if it's left untreated, we can have the postpartum psychosis. That is the one that, you know, the person starts being paranoid, feeling people are after her, start hearing voices or see strange things, start acting it out. That is very rare, but the truth is that it can actually happen.
Yeah. They always believe that they have the answer.
And let's take a break. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll touch on that religious angle. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So,
I had a question.
Yes,
this thing called depression, is it an illness? Because you see, I knew somebody that when she had a baby, the husband had been cheating, and then she had a baby, and then suddenly she went into this depression where she started to talk to herself, starts to see people in strange places, say strange things about people. And, you know, the way they treated it, it was spiritual. He said,
Interestingly, Nima, there was another story of a lady in the hospital. She actually, after she gave birth to her child, she went into this depression. It wasn't treated. So at some point, she started saying that, okay, the spirit has just entered these persons and they are demonic. And these people have the spirit of one demonic spirit has entered them. And they started, and all members of all the other people in the hospital started avoiding this group of people that she said that spirit. And they kept saying, She be like what I said, that spirit has entered, the demonic spirit has entered this person, that they don't want, they're avoiding these people because of that. But people didn't understand it was postpartum depression, that making us see faces, see people. How do we treat these kinds of things?
Religious thing can be can make this depression linger on into a psychosis thing, which is the worst part of the postpartum depression. And we need to understand that aside from, we all have the God and the spirituality and all that, but we need to put things in proper perspective, educate people and let them know that what this person is going through is not a spiritual attack, or somebody is doing her, or she has committed a grievous offense and the gods are angry with her. For example, the lady that her husband cheated, obviously she had bottled up a lot of emotions. And then coming back together, they had a baby, and of course there's a drastic drop in the estrogen and progesterone that aided all this pregnancy process for the past 9 months, and that could have been a trigger to what it is. And let's not forget, the husband has cheated. She might forgive, she won't forget. It's very difficult. All those will come back to play that, why did I have this baby now? This baby is trying to bring
what
this.
What if he cheat again?
Yes. A lot of things that will go. So she needs a lot of talking to, and of course if she needs medication, she will.
Let me take this call from Mary. Mary, are you still there?
Yes, good morning.
Morning, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
In my own case, my pastor was a great help to me. When I had my baby, it was a very big baby, and I had some complications. But those around me were not really very helpful. But after some months, I just thought that I was aggressive, and I became possessive. I don't even allow people to come near my baby. I handle my baby myself and the whole thing, until some people now said I was not looking like someone that just gave birth. I was looking somehow harassed and the other way. So I had to see my pastor. I now said I have to look for somebody to talk to. So he sat down with me and allowed me to pour out my whole frustration. We talked, and we had a period of talking session. And after that, I felt better. For those around me, in-laws and co, we are like, they wanted me to serve them. Instead of them to serve, that was what they want to give me my own kind of depression. I was like, this extra work. So it was really hectic for me. So
Thank you very much, Mary, for that. But I think it's important that we know that you don't have the pastor. You can't put too much on your pastor. They are human beings. Because I have a pastor family member who, the guy is frustrated. Just last week, I was telling me, Mariah, everybody brings their problem. I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon, I'm a counselor, I'm a police officer, I'm a EFCC. I am everything to these human beings. He's tired. So it's good that you got solution from your own pastor, but try really, we need to move away from looking for pastors. Look for the professionals.
Who is the right professional when you have a depression case? Is it a counselor? Is it... Because we don't even know what the name should be again.
Yes.
We have psychologists, we have counselors, everybody's
coaches, therapists. The first point of call for every woman that has given birth is your doctor. Because that's the person you've bonded with for this whole period. But except you have this knowledge that I need to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Maybe people around you know that this has gotten out of hands, and this is a right specialist we must meet. But the first person that is easily accessible is your doctor. But when your doctor sees you, your doctor will now let you know that, no, this is beyond me. I have a colleague, or I have a doctor that would help manage this.
Yes.
So it's always good that way. It's good we create awareness with people that are creating all these values, the therapists and all that. But they need to also work hand in hand with people that can really deliver the right treatment.
Let me take Alhaji Yakub, then we'll take some tweets from YK.
Hello?
Alhaji Yakub, morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Let's enjoy your program every day.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you to America for teaching us. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you can't hear of such things because we lived a community life, a brotherly life, a friendly life. We are so isolated these days. I think that's one of the issues I can contribute to this matter. And again, we must find time to talk to our spouse when they give birth and you feel as if they are not connecting with you. You take your time and talk to them. Just talking is a lot of solving the problem.
Thank you very much, Alhaji.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to take some tweets, but I wanted to say people have to realize that the brain is a very powerful, it's a very powerful organ. So, and anything that goes wrong, it's the brain And so that's why the brain actually needs its own doctor, its own special doctor. I would love for you to explain the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist.
Okay, good. I like that question because a lot of times people do mix it up. Psychologists, if you want to come from the educational perspective, are those that have gone to do a 4-year course and then they can specialize in during their masters, either counseling psychology, education psychology, clinical psychology. Those are the ones that work with the hospitals. Education, most times educational system, the counseling, they can counsel, and then we have the organizational behavioral, those that can work in corporate organization. But now, who is a psychiatrist? A psychiatrist must be a medical doctor. So you will have gone through your medical training, done your house job, done your youth service if you are still below 30 years of age, then go for a further training of 4 to 6 years to be a psychiatrist.
Wow.
So there's a distinction, but psychiatrists can actually be psychologists if you've done masters in clinical psychology, any of these other branches of psychology.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, let me take some tweets. Ms. M.W. Pearl, we recognize postpartum depression, but the challenge is coining terminates to be spiritual, which doesn't help. Adebayo says, we lack basic knowledge to deal with postnatal depression. We need more education on it.
Adebayo says, childbirth is traumatic and women need more support to pass through this phase. Elijah said, yes, depression, anxiety, and conversion. And social media is a place people show off their lives. Ms. Pearl says, I cannot blame them because the women would seek older women for advice rather than consult their doctors.
You're right. And the older woman might have gone through that problem.
I would have loved you to talk about depression because this weekend, on Saturday, somebody committed suicide at Amodofi. And the guy obviously suffered depression from his social media page. When we followed him, the way he went about it, just ran into the sea. So I would have loved it, but because of time.
I think that the man that our last caller mentioned, husbands talking to their spouse. Since we're talking about postpartum depression, the men feel that because family are around, the woman isn't lonely. But a lot of time, women after birth need that love from their husband. So husbands, if you have little babies from your wife, please talk to your wife. Let her feel love. Don't just shower love on the baby. Because I felt that the focus was on my baby when I just gave birth. Everybody just came focused on the baby. Nobody even thought about me. My mom came and bought Ankara for me. I was feeling like, whoa, like she brought it for me. Everybody was bringing gifts for the baby. And I was neglected. So show love to the mother also.
Yeah, then
we have to Angela,
this one, she says, I wrote a postpartum depression just recently, and you won't believe the population of people suffering in silence.
There are a lot of people.
We have to round up. I think one of the things we got here is to be great for husbands to follow you to your antenatal, so you understand what your wife is going through, so you can better help her, especially when she's had the baby.
Exactly.
When she's had the baby, also try to be there for her, show her some love. Family also need to understand that these things, they are not spiritual. Once you feel inadequate, feel lonely, feel overwhelmed, contact your doctor. He will know exactly who to refer you to.
Exactly.
All right. As if it's indeed postpartum, that's all we can take on the show. Thank you very much. It's always a great pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Have a lovely day. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.